All right, I want to talk about how to get started as an actor. Now, a lot of you guys know that I work with a lot of big celebrities. I worked with Jude Law this week, Eric Stone Street from Modern Family. I worked with Timothée Chalamet the week before. I just worked with Jennifer Garner as well. And all of these celebrities, all of these actors, they got connected with the right people pretty quickly. And I think this is really important for you actors, because it seems like a lot of actors are really focusing on trying to get their acting skill up, trying to take acting classes and boot camps and get the business side, get the headshots, get the reel together. And really what you want to be focused on is proximity with the right people. Getting on sets to start meeting people that can hire you for acting. Because acting is a muscle, it's a skill, it's something that you learn over time. It's not like you learn it all in a week. It's like you learn it as you're living. And then there are little adjustments that you will make to relax in front of the camera, to know what the lens is seeing, to make your actions, your reactions smaller, to be in the moment and let the character flow through you. You're going to learn all of that over time. The most important thing, though, is that you start getting connected with people who can hire you as an actor. And in order to make that happen, they need to know you as a person. So how they get to know you as a person is they need to meet you in the professional environment, which is on film sets. So many of us are spending too much time trying to build up our reel, and that takes us then to Actors Access and Backstage, where we're with a lot of people who want to break into the business themselves. And you can really get caught in a circle where you're constantly looking for acting jobs on Actors Access. You're trying to get your career going, but everybody who you're working with, that you're acting for, that you're meeting with, that you're auditioning for, are people who want to break into the industry. So therefore, 10 years can go by so fast. And you've barely gotten anywhere in your career. In fact, you haven't gotten anywhere in your career other than it's a lot of student films that are seen at the local film festivals, but it's not Tribeca, Sundance, Cannes, which are the festivals that you need to be seen in. And many of us want to have these most amazing careers where we become well known, where we're able to impact the world, where we can use our voice out there. But we're not actually stepping into that role because we're not doing what gets us amongst those people and doing our acting in those spaces. So we might feel more comfortable with the students, and we might see ourselves, our identity matches more like, oh, I'm just starting off as an actor, I'm just in the building phase. But what I really want to urge you to do is to see yourself as somebody that is really a well-known actor who needs to be on professional sets, and that's actually your platform. If you don't think in this way, you're going to just keep doing the student films and staying in an area that you're comfortable in, where you think that you belong. But actually, you belong wherever you choose to start thinking yourselves as being at. So I was so lucky when I started in the film industry. My initial thought was I want to work for National Geographic. So I had a really big goal in a very specific place that I wanted to work at. Now, I had no experience. I didn't know anybody from National Geographic. I had never studied biology. I never studied filmmaking, none of that. But with that goal, I was able to have that as like, that's where I want to be. So I need to be in proximity of those people. That was a huge advantage, and it actually was what made me successful in the film industry, because it gave me a very concrete result, a place that I wanted to be in and know those people. So that's what I want to relay on to you, is that it's the same thing. Don't be in the identity that I'm starting off and I just need to build up and I need to get my name out there and my face out there. And then if you do that, then what you're going to do is you're going to look on the places where you can find the self-taping and the auditions, which is going to be the Actors Access and all of the lower end work. And you're just going to stay in that arena. That's because you don't have, or you have not made it a big enough goal for yourself to be like, no, I want to be in big commercials. I want to be in the big feature films, the big TV shows. So I need to be in those environments to meet those people. Because when you're on sets, you're working with the decision makers. So there are many jobs on set. The call sheet is filled with different jobs on set. You can do jobs on set, and then you're working directly with decision makers who become endeared to you and care about you, and then they want to see you grow in your career. So when I'm talking about getting inside the business and working on these sets, I'm not talking about doing background. Background is something that anybody can do, and it's a great way to observe what's going on set, but it does not get you the relationships, and here's why. When you're hired to do background, you're hired to go on set and provide your shoulder or provide you walking through set, whatever you're doing, and then you have to go back to holding. There's no reason for you to be interacting with people behind the camera. So what I'm talking about is getting jobs behind the camera where you're able to interact with the DP and the director and the art department and help out on set, where you become a very important part of the running of the set. So there are many jobs that you can get on set. Many of them start out as assistant jobs, but there are also other jobs that you can get on set that get you working in the departments where you have a reason to be there and you become one of us. See, what people don't necessarily understand is that everybody that's in the professional film industry, it's not that they're just static and they're there doing that job. They're moving up as well. They have ambitions as well. They have ideas and creativity and things that they're doing as well. And everybody that's on that set is doing a job. And everybody on that set also has aspirations to create projects for the next thing that they want to shoot next year, or something that they're shooting later on in the year, or they're doing projects to get their name out there. When you attach yourself, when you're around people who are ambitious, who are professionals, who you meet on professional sets, now you're with the right people. Now you are actually doing something that's going to get you somewhere as an actor. And that's because those people are going to be making projects that you can act in, that you can work on those sets, that you can help promote those sets, that those people can be your friends. And even if they have a project that they're doing where your look doesn't necessarily fit any of those characters, you can still help them with their project and care about their careers. And then the next project you may end up acting in, or the next project, because professionals, that's all that we do is we do filming. We have project after project after project after project. So you want to be in the environment of professionals so that you can get acting opportunities at the professional level. See, many of us are looking to get an agent, right? And we're looking for an agent to get us in those rooms. That's because we haven't been exposed enough to the film industry to know how it works. And we're just looking for like a way that we've always heard, which we got to get an agent to get ourselves out there. But actually, when you think about an agent, you step back and you look at what is an agent and what is most important to them. They are there to make money on actors who book. So if that is what's important to them, then we need to become that. We need to become an actor that's already making money as an actor, so that they want to represent us as our agent and get us out there in more rooms and more opportunities. So we need to find our own roles. We need to find our own paid professional roles to be able to attract an agent that is at the level that will get us into more rooms. If you're in a local market, you might have agents that are mostly just supplying background to the productions that are coming through there. If you're in a more major city, then there are going to be agents that are going to be at different tiers that are providing actors to the casting directors for shows. Casting directors, of course, are putting out the casting notices that the agents look at in the breakdowns, and then they submit their actors. And there are different levels of casting directors, and there's different levels of agents. So the lower level casting directors who are looking for actors to be one-line roles, co-star roles, they're going to have relationships with the lower level agents who specialize in actors that are at that level, that are at that co-star level. And they're going to supply those actors for those roles when they see them in the breakdowns. Then you have the guest star and you have the higher level agents and the higher level casting directors, okay, that do business. So you work your way up. Now, many of us are just getting started. So we're like, well, how do I get an agent like that? Well, what you need to do is you need to start getting paid professional principal roles. Now, the fastest way to do that is to start working on these sets in any job on set, any job, so that you can be there with producers, directors, casting directors, production supervisors, and get in on those auditions, get in on being put in the actual role. So they need somebody for a scene. They know you're an actor and they put you in. They put you through hair and makeup. They put you in. Now you got a principal role and you get paid. I've seen this happen so many times, but you would only know about it if you were on set witnessing this happening. Oftentimes they're pulling from art department or they're pulling from production assistants and putting them in. Sometimes they pull from the executive producer and they put them in. But it's so fun to see this happening because you know these people, because you work with them all the time and you're like, oh my God, they're going to get in front of the camera. But that's very important because when you're in front of the camera now, you've got a paid principal role and you have something that you can now show an agent. I have both the relationships, plus I'm getting the roles and it was paid. And now you can make money off of me. How you get started as an actor is to get on sets first. It's always film sets first so that you can start to understand the business. You can start to see and have it normalized for you that every single shoot that I'm working on, they have actors. It's normal to be an actor. It's normal to be acting and do it for money. And so therefore, it's not like this thing that you have to get famous doing immediately. You have to have that star level talent right now, and you have to develop that and find the best acting coaches and try to be so amazing to get a chance to act. No, you will just be able to see that, well, people make their living as an actor. I need to be on sets. I need to meet people. I need to use my acting instrument to get opportunities to act. And it's not that big of a deal. A lot of people do it. Every single set that I'm on, they're always actors. There's voice actors, there's casting directors, there's agents, there's producers. There's a lot of people that is all around this business of acting. I need to start meeting these people and having them be my friends. I need to just join that clan. So being on sets, film sets first, is the first thing. Because what will happen so quickly after that is you ask the working actors, hey, who should I be training with? And they'll tell you some of the best acting coaches who are actually connected into the professional industry. So you don't want to train with somebody that nobody even knows about, or one of these companies that are marketing to you, which I won't name their names, but they're in your inbox all the time. But when you are on professional sets and you ask the working actors, hey, I've trained with them, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to train with people that are really targeting newbie actors. You want to train with people who are already connected into the industry because they can hook you up with agents and casting directors. They can refer you for roles. They know about projects that are going on. They go to Sundance. They go to Tribeca. You don't meet them at Sundance and Tribeca. Where you meet them is by being referred to them from working actors that you meet on set. All your credibility is going to come from being on sets. So you don't want to do what everybody else is doing. All the other actors are chasing. So they're going to Sundance and Tribeca and they're trying to meet people, trying to meet producers, trying to meet agents. Hey, do you like my look? Hey, I've got a great idea. Hey, do you want to look at my reel? And the problem is today is that there are just millions of actors that have that same approach. But who everybody wants to work with is who other people know. Remember, the essence is vectoring. It's people, companies, consistent work. That's the law of the film industry. It's not necessarily having talent because everybody's got talent. But what people don't have is connections with people who other people know, which gives them credibility. They don't have connections with brands and companies that they can refer to. Oh, I have this Verizon thing coming up. Oh, yeah, I'm working on this Adidas thing that they can throw out there that has people go, oh, yeah, you're actually in. And they can't prove that they're working consistently. They can't talk about that, which you want to be able to talk about. Oh, I have a shoot coming up next week. Oh, I just finished this great thing. Oh, I just worked with this so-and-so. Me too. Wow, great. This is what you want to have. You want to be in the clan, be in the tribe. So you can create that. And that's really like my main message is to understand the business by working in it. Don't get into debt with all these boot camps and classes to try to gold plate yourself before you get into the industry. Just get into the industry, start meeting people, understand it, know that it's not that like this big mystery or this thing that you get lucky in, or you have this breakout role that everything changes and you got to look for that breakout role. No, you get on sets, you work all there all the time. You will get opportunities that are going to be really like your breakout role, but that you won't even really know it. You'll be like, I'm excited about that. I was just in this commercial and now you're in this other thing. And then pretty soon people see you and they're like, hey, I could use you for this thing. And now you're working on a bunch of other sets and they're like, hey, I could use you on this thing. Hey, are you available? Can you do voiceover on this? Oh, thanks for promoting my film, by the way. Can you act in this thing? And pretty soon people see you. Remember, that's consistent. They're seeing you consistently. And you're connected with all these people that they know who are professional level. And before you know it, you're really starting to be seen out there. You're starting to be known out there. People are passing your name around. I've seen this over and over all the time because my world is professional. That's the only place I am. I'm not in the student area. I'm in only professional big budget sets with budgets of $500,000 per day. And you can be on a $500,000 per day set and get put in there as an actor and make $1,000 a day and be SAG eligible. You can. And you can also meet people on that big budget set who are doing a project for Tribeca, and you can act in it. Or you can work on their set, help them out, become their friends, and you know that they're taking off. You know they're doing great work. Plus you like them as a person. You like what kind of work they're putting out there. Maybe you don't act in that particular project, the first one, but you act in the second one. Or you do voiceover. Or maybe you produce it. Or maybe you do something that, that really fulfills you. I think in our life, we need to create situations where we're with people who are exciting to us, who make us feel fulfilled. We need to work on projects that mean something to us. We need to find our tribe of people who are doing the kind of work in the world that we want to do, but at the professional level. And that means that we need to think of ourselves as that kind of a professional. We need to think of ourselves at that level. And the main thing that keeps us from thinking about ourselves at that level so that we can meet people and be involved in those projects is thinking that we're not ready. That we just need to take that other class or we need to be better in some way. But that's what's killing you. And how long have you felt like that? Probably a long time. That's keeping you in the lower levels with people who want to get in. And our main focus needs to be with people who are already in, who are thinking like you, who are doing projects and very ambitious with their career so that you can help them with their career while you are helping yourself with your career. So how do you start in the film industry as an actor? Film sets first, get on sets. And I teach that whole process in my program Into the Industry. Second thing is you talk to the working actors and you take acting classes that the working actors suggest. Third thing, you talk to the working actors and you ask them, who's your agent? Where'd you get your headshots done? And you go to those same people, get that same professional resources, the best people, the real people that people in the industry use. It's all coming from being on professional sets. This is why you need to be on professional sets. So the next thing is you might be very determined to become an actor. So you're looking on all these websites. You're staying up till 3 a.m. in the morning looking for auditions, determined to find a way to get in there. And the problem is that the auditions that you can find on Actors Access and Backstage, those are going to be for non-union, very low-budget films. So you can spend all of your time with those people in the low-budget freebie area, and that's not a career. You want to have a career on professional sets, around professional people, where you're paid, where everybody's paid, where it's professional level. So again, the proximity is so important. And the acting roles that you want to get access to, the TV shows, the feature films, the roles that get the ball rolling, those are not to be found online. Those roles are casted on the breakdowns. So it's the professionals that are involved in the professional casting process for TV shows, feature films, and commercials. You will not find them on Actors Access or in Backstage. So you need to, again, get on these professional sets to meet people to get that inside pathway into these professional acting opportunities. If this is something that you want to do for a career, then you really need to approach it as a career instead of something like, I'm so determined to break in and I've just got to work my way up somehow. Do you really? That doesn't sound like very much fun, actually, to be struggling amongst all the student film stuff and then hopefully look for some kind of break that's going to happen. You might be comfortable with that. You might think that that's your level, but that's not a lot of fun. And in fact, I know that what's going to make you successful is to think about yourself as being already at that professional level. Yes, you might be a little bit nervous to be on these big sets. And yes, you might be a little bit nervous to get these big jobs that are so many levels higher than what you've been used to getting. But I'm saying go for it. If you don't go for it, other people will, because there are other actors that get it. They're on these sets working to get access to these acting roles. But remember, the relationships that are formed is where all the opportunities come from. And that is for every single job on set. That's for every single job in the film industry. Directors are getting jobs because of relationships. DPs get jobs because of relationships. Producers, sound mixers, hair, makeup. I mean, everybody is getting jobs through their relationships. So that means that don't be afraid to play this game. You've got to get jobs through your relationships too. And the place to get these jobs is on these professional sets. So let's let this year be the year that you are on professional sets, where you have hundreds of professional film friends, where you're getting acting opportunities all the time from these professional sets, where you believe in yourself and you actually give yourself what you need to get to these levels that you want to get into, where it's not a dream that you are thinking that someday you're going to get to, where you are actually living the dream through working on sets, contributing to people's careers, and being part of that professional filming conversation. Make your living in the film industry. You don't need to have a day job and look at it like I've just got to keep training and being on that treadmill and hope to eventually get discovered. No, work on professional sets, learn new skills, meet people, contribute to the industry, have all of your money come from working on film sets, and grow your acting career from the inside. Ready to get started? Join into the industry now. And let me help you get into the industry. Let me help you break into the industry and start your acting career. You're going to do it. I'm going to guide you. If you're ready, go to friendsandfilm.com/industry and join us.